All right, good morning, Thailand. My name is Alex.
And I'm Jay.
And we got some news updates for you from around the land of smiles today, Friday, May 30th. Before we begin, please remember to subscribe to the Thaiger to stay up to date on all things Thailand. Now, today, we're going to be talking about an ATM malware scam that has been foiled, a Thai police helicopter crash raising eyebrows about suspected corruption, and a little later, a deadly border clash between the Thai and Cambodian military. Now, before we begin, though, we'd like to remind you, you can become a member of this channel to support us directly through YouTube. You see the subscribe button. You can go just next to it. You can see the join button. And, how much there's different levels of membership, but you do get benefits. You can come visit us at the studio, get some merch, and, you'll come out to a comedy show, whatever. Plug. But please do consider supporting the channel that way. Now, Jay, would you also tell us about our sponsor?
Yeah, Alex. You know, when I first came to Bangkok from Phuket, I didn't know where to even get my apartment. So guess where I went?
I'm assuming Fazwaz.
Fazwaz.com.
Yeah.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's the largest real estate portal in Thailand. If you're buying, renting, selling, or even just looking at properties filled with information that you need, check it out. For your next real estate inquiry.
Yeah, where else would you even go?
Yeah.
My goodness, man. Fazwaz, thank you for sponsoring the show. All right. Our first story will have a big effect on a lot of our viewers, actually. Now, I don't know. Who do you bank with, Jay? What's your bank?
I have, for some reason, 3 different banks.
Oh, wow. Money bags over here.
Not really, but anyways.
For me, I use Bangkok Bank, and this story pertains directly to me and many of our viewers. Bangkok Bank is apparently shutting the door on short-term foreign accounts amid a fraud crackdown. So Bangkok Bank has introduced stricter rules for foreign nationals opening or maintaining accounts aiming to combat financial fraud and mule accounts. Effective since January, only foreigners with long-term visas, Thai spouses, or property ownership can open new accounts. Tourists, including those on the new Destination Thailand Visa, or DTV, are excluded and may face frozen or restricted accounts. Expats and digital nomads without permanent status are urged to verify eligibility. The move aligns with Bank of Thailand directives to boost cybersecurity and enforce identity checks. Other Thai banks may soon follow suit.
I think you're better off without it. If I'm being completely honest, it's probably the worst bank to have.
I mean,
it is. It's one of the slowest banks to update their apps. It's one of the slowest banks it's one of the most difficult banks to deal with on a personal basis. It's difficult to even open an account there. The only reason you'd want a Bangkok bank is because they have the deepest pockets of any bank in Thailand. If Bangkok bank goes down, we are absolutely done.
Look, what I'll say about it is when I was locked down here during COVID, I was using cash forever because I was not allowed to open a bank account. Bangkok Bank, eventually I was able to open one with Bangkok Bank, and that was very important for me to be able to, live a normal life here in Thailand. Now I am on a long-term visa, so I will be able to keep my account. But for a lot of people that frequent Thailand, it's nice to be able to have that banking account here. But apparently, there's been a lot of people taking advantage of the system. So
I would say Kasikorn Bank and Krungsri Bank are very foreigner friendly. Kasikorn, just go with Kasikorn. They're like the newest kids in town. They're hip. They have good apps. They're just faster and better.
AKA K-Bank, right? Yeah.
Just my personal opinion.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, it's not our only banking-related story, Jay.
There we go. Moving on to our next story. A Bulgarian hacker has been arrested for installing ATM malware across Thailand. Do be careful with your ATM machines. Thai police have arrested 50-year-old Bulgarian national Ivan Valtsev for installing malware-laced cables in ATMs, rendering at least 13 machines inoperable. Disguised as a maintenance technician, a foreign maintenance technician, he used a master key to replace data cables with ones containing the jackpot virus, which allowed remote control of cash dispensers via internet signals. Authorities linked Valtsev to a broader international cybercrime ring and seized stolen equipment from a house in Nonthaburi. He faces multiple charges, including cyber sabotage, data theft, and tampering with critical infrastructure. Police are searching for his accomplices as concerns grow over banking cybersecurity in Thailand. There we go. Well, they say if you're going to a festival, just wear a high-res staff jacket, and you can just get in. People don't question the authority. But if you're white man in Thailand trying to fix an ATM machine, something looks slightly suspicious.
Indeed, yeah, for sure. I've also heard just carry a ladder with you. Carry a ladder with you, nobody stops you. You can get in anywhere. There's apparently tricks to the trade. But this guy was foiled, but apparently the bigger story here is that this goes way beyond him. So I'm curious to know. Now they're starting to pull on the threads. What are they going to find? But yeah, anyways, glad that he stopped, but not... What is weird? Criminals are not the brightest crayons in the box, are they? Like,
and we love crayons.
Yeah, that's like I'm fixing ATM. Like, it doesn't make any sense in Thailand.
Yeah.
How's my Bulgarian? Not very good, I imagine. All right. Anyways, on to our next story. We have more scam alert, everybody. A British family's £4,000 Phuket holiday was ruined.
Oh, no.
By a fake villa booking. A British family's Christmas holiday in Phuket turned into a nightmare after they arrived to find their £4,000 villa booking through none other than Booking.com was a scam. Judy and Richard Loader, traveling with children and grandchildren, were left stranded after a 30-hour journey. Booking.com failed to assist for 6 hours, forcing the family to find last-minute shelter. Although the listing fee was later refunded minus £80, annoying, extra costs were not compensated, and the scam listing remained active. The case highlights calls for stricter online booking regulations and better fraud protection for travelers.
Happens quite a lot. Not as much in Phuket. This happens a lot in Bali. I was watching a documentary about that for some reason. But no. Has this ever happened to you?
No. Well, actually, maybe a little bit.
Reputable website, Booking.com. I mean, you'd think that they'd have this. These things wouldn't happen.
I think it's happened to me on Airbnb where I've like shown up and the place was nothing like what the pictures looked like. It was just an absolute like abysmal state. But to not, it just doesn't exist even. That's insane to me. And how much money this cost, the fact that Booking wasn't very forthcoming about being helpful about it. 6 hours to get back to you. Yeah. I feel for this family. But do let us know in the comments. Have you ever had any negative experiences like that? I'm curious to hear some more horror stories.
All right. Well, for now, we're going to move on to our next story, which is regarding a Thai police helicopter crash that raises alarms over aircraft maintenance and corruption. A Thai police helicopter crash on May the 24th in Prachuap Khiri Khan killed all 3 officers on board and has sparked allegations of poor maintenance and corruption. Leaked chat messages from one of the deceased pilots described the aircraft as completely unsafe the day before the flight. A friend of the pilot publicly blamed the crash on neglect, while Facebook page CSI LA alleged that only 9 of 63 police aircraft are operational, hinting at possible budget misuse. Police Chief General Kitirat has promised a full investigation and fleet review.
Scary. Well, this is not where you want to be cutting corners. You know? So I don't know. We'll see. Have you ever ridden in a helicopter?
I have not actually.
It seems terrifying to me. All these stories.
There is a fear of mine to do helicopters in particular. I don't mind larger planes. But there's something about, after the Kobe incident, especially. Kobe incident, the King Power incident at Leicester.
The Iranian president was killed in a helicopter crash. Even heads of state go down. So pretty scary stuff. So it's very important to not cut corners when it comes to the maintenance and safety regulations around them. So hopefully they can find out what the hell happened there.
Yeah.
All right, some feel good stories.
Okay,
to end up our Thailand section. First one is about a phone eater.
Okay,
what does that mean?
Yeah.
A TikToker's edible illusion has stirred safety fears for children. TikTok creator at MMFWong, probably got that wrong, has gone viral for her ultra-realistic edible cakes shaped like phones, soap, and lipstick. But her videos have ignited a wave of concern. While many praise her baking artistry, critics warn that young children might try to imitate what they see, mistaking real hazardous items for food. What happened to parenting? Come on. One parent reported stopping their child from biting into a bar of soap. Though some videos carry subtle disclaimers, safety advocates argue they aren't clear enough for kids. Yep. The trend has reignited debate over content responsibility on social media, especially when young audiences are involved.
Come on now. I mean, look, this is it cake or not? That's the level we're at. So what, if you see someone riding a motorbike or a car, all of a sudden your children are going to want motorbikes and cars? Like,
I mean, it's a little silly to me, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's also one of those things where, how young are you letting your child be on social media? That's another question too. I think You know, typically you see it as teenagers, right? And you would think teenagers at that point would be smart enough to know better. So how young are these kids? How unparented are they that they're falling for this?
And look, I can understand why kids would want to try that, as in like, oh wait, the conditioner, I can eat it, and they try to bite it, but then it's as simple as, you know, a parent saying, hey, no, don't do that. Let me blame TikTok. I was busy and I hadn't let my child be on TikTok. Let me just blame TikTok and that influencer for, you know, because that's easier.
No, shout out to the influencer. I love Is It Cake or Not? So that's great content. And I say keep doing it. Let the kids look after themselves. You're all right.
The kids. That's why you don't have kids.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Somebody look out. It's not your responsibility, TikToker. That's what I'm saying. All right.
Here we go. Moving on to our last story from around Thailand. Pattaya Beach launches yoga countdown with peaceful beachside gathering. Yeah. We have some good news coming from Pattaya Beach as it sets a tranquil tone as the city launched its 25 Days to International Day of Yoga event, uniting local tourists, students, and Indian community leaders. Co-hosted by the Indian Association of Pattaya, the beach yoga session highlighted the growing popularity of yoga in the city and symbolized cross-cultural harmony. Mayor Poramet praised yoga's benefits for balance and inner peace, while the event echoed the global spirit of the UN-designated International Day of Yoga on June the 21st. More wellness activities are planned as Pattaya positions itself as a mindful, holistic health destination. I can already imagine the excuses people will be using to travel to Pattaya now. Yoga being on the top.
That's my birthday, June 21st. Look at that. Me and yoga going to be getting along famously.
There we go.
So, yeah, anyways, send me some yoga mats, people. I'll be down for that.
You are welcome to the ashram of one Alexi Latour.
I do have to wonder, is this something like, because this is in association with the Indian Association of Pattaya, they have been getting a little bit of a bad rap for the Indians sort of taking over the beaches down there. I wonder if this is some sort of a PR repair, which is fine. Like, who doesn't love a bit of yoga?
Go for it. What are we good at? What are we known for? Yoga, great food, gold necklaces. Let's stick to the top two.
Yeah.
And just, you know,
promote completely. Anyways, happy Yoga Day, everybody. All right. Well, we're going to move on to, I have some wild stories from the ASEAN region. I'm excited to get into them. But before we do, let's hear a quick word from our sponsor. Tan, can you take it away? And we're back.
Fazwa is Thailand's home for real estate. Wow, I needed that break, Alex.
Me too. And I'm in the mood to go apartment hunting too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
I've
check it
literally, I already had an entire conversation.
Yeah.
That's how quick Fazwaz is.
Get it fast. That's the idea. With the Z.
You keep pushing that. That's not a real thing.
Super clever. Okay. Like I'm proud to pat myself on the back. All right. Let's get into the ASEAN section. Now, okay. We got to put on our serious face. This is a pretty crazy story that happened along the Cambodia-Thai border.
Yeah.
The Cambodian prime minister is now calling for calm after the deadly Thai border clash. Tensions flared along the Thai-Cambodian border after a Cambodian soldier was killed in a brief firefight in the disputed Prey Vihir region. Each side blames the other for firing first. Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet, speaking from Japan, urged calm and stressed his control over military operations. Thai Defense Minister defended Thailand's actions as self-defense, while both nations' leaders affirmed their commitment to de-escalation. A history of border disputes, including clashes in 2008 and 2011, underscores the sensitivity. Talks between military commanders are expected with hopes to restore stability and prevent further conflict. So it's unclear. It's a he said, she said along the border. Apparently, you know, this is an area that's been disputed between the two countries. The firefight broke out. Like I think it's like sort of maybe less trained conscripts that are going in there. Nobody was ordered to start firing. Both sides are saying that, but somebody did.
Yeah.
And then the bullets started flying, and no casualties on the Thai side, one on the Cambodian side, and it's unfortunate because it's just the dumbest reasons. And this is not something that either country really wants to escalate in any kind of way.
Come on, guys. We don't need more of this. Spread the peace. You know, you got the Russia, Ukraine, you got India, Pakistan. We do not need Thailand, Cambodia.
So we got Malaysia right next, or Myanmar, right next door as well. So definitely do not want to see this happening. But yeah, unfortunately, still an issue. These border disputes.
All right, we're going to move on to our next story, taking us to Vietnam as it bans the Economist print edition featuring toe lamb. Vietnam has reportedly banned the May 24th print edition of The Economist featuring Communist Party chief To Lam on the cover, according to local distributors. The issue, titled The Man with a Plan for Vietnam, depicted Lam with stylized flag imagery and critiqued his leadership. Distributors were instructed to remove the article and cover, then halt sales entirely. While the digital version remains accessible, the ban highlights Vietnam's ongoing media censorship. The move follows Lam's rise from security chief to top leader amid calls for economic reform. Vietnam ranks near the bottom of global press freedom indices.
That does make sense, I guess, in the context of this story.
I think we would... I don't know if we'd still be around if we were doing the show in Vietnam.
Probably not. Yeah.
Good Morning Vietnam is a completely different show to Good Morning Thailand.
We're gonna channel our inner Robin Williams, but Vimal brings up a great point. He calls this the Streisand effect, right? Like where if this the Streisand effect, of course, if you try to silence something, you end up just calling more attention to it. And here's the case of that right now, because I would not have been talking about this Economist article if it were not for it being banned.
True.
Correct on that one. And Vietnam has a long history of media censorship. That annoys me. As someone in the media, I like to be able to, criticize people in power. That's. I think you have to be open to that criticism. But no, not the case in a country like Vietnam. So, Streisand effect indeed.
What is the Streisand effect?
Barbara Streisand, tried to. I can't remember exactly what the specific story was, but she tried to squash some story about her, but then instead,
just brought more light.
Everybody started talking about it. So
here we go. Streisand effect describes a phenomenon where an attempt to suppress or remove information actually leads to increased public attention and awareness. She must have done something. Anyways, moving on.
I'm wondering what it was. Okay, this next story. This might be one of my favorite stories we've ever covered. I'm very excited about this.
Let's go.
We got a horror movie.
Uh-oh.
This is going to be to prepare for some jump scares, people. A woman crawls from a Manila storm drain in a shocking viral street scene. Pull up the pictures, Tan. A haunting scene unfolded in Manila's Makati district as a woman emerged from a storm drain, startling onlookers and sparking viral attention. Captured by a street photographer, William, the woman, dirty and disheveled, smiled before fleeing as a uniformed man gave chase. The drain's size and a visible crawlable pipe suggest she may have been sheltering underground. Officials later repaved the area, but admitted they didn't know where the pipe led. The incident underscores Metro Manila's homelessness crisis, with over 3 million people living in extreme poverty, some literally beneath the city's streets.
Another example of, I know Asians are quite petite, but how'd she get in there?
I have no idea. Terrifying stuff. Look, they're crazy images. They're going viral. It also really does highlight the fact that mental health issues are a big problem in the Philippines. Poverty is a big problem. Homelessness is a big problem. What can be done to address these issues to get this woman the help that she clearly needs? But yeah, that would be, imagine you're just on the bike, right there, and then all of a sudden you see that crawling out of the sewers at you. That would traumatize me, I gotta tell you.
I'm undisturbed.
That's crazy stuff. So, anyways, let's move on, I guess.
Let's move on. Yeah.
we gotta feel good at the end for
Here
you
we go,
after that.
This is not a feel good. Anyways, moving on to our last story from today. Ahmad Diallo's middle finger was a response to personal abuse, not fans. Some drama surrounding football in Asia after Manchester United's shock 1-0 loss to the ASEAN All-Stars in Kuala Lumpur. A photo of Ahmad Diallo giving the middle finger went viral. Now, while initially speculated to be about his name, Diallo clarified on Twitter that it was a response to personal abuse targeting his mother. He acknowledged the gesture was inappropriate, but said he doesn't regret standing up against the insult. The incident was isolated, and Diallo praised the overall experience in Malaysia. A later photo showing him and teammate Garnacho flashing the gesture in a lift appears to have been done in jest. I would say much more milder reaction compared to Zinedine Zidane, but still inappropriate.
Yeah, especially,
There's cameras everywhere. Come on, guy. Come on.
Yeah.
The representative.
I think it's important to drown out the noise too. But these are young guys like that are in professional athletes. There's egos involved.
No, but
they were saying bad things.
Let's be fair for a moment. Like, look, these guys are human beings, and like, they are young, and but like, these people are obviously trying to get a reaction.
Yeah.
And it's like, don't go after someone's mom, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But in my mind, it also lets them win. You know what I mean?
True.
That's what they want.
Right.
They want that reaction. Like,
it's like the reaction, I would say, is justified.
Yeah.
In fact, quite mild compared to how I would react if someone said that to me out in the public.
Yeah.
Please don't say that to me out in the public.
Don't talk about my mama. My mama's probably watching this right now. All right. Well, anyways, guys, that'll do it for the news today.
There we go.
Take us away.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are some of the stories from across Thailand. You can find more stories on thetiger.com or join in the conversation and let your thoughts be known at
ASEANnow.com. Yeah.
That's Thailand's largest news forum.
Yeah, a couple of other quick plugs. Check out Daniel Holmes' new article on the Thaiger. Will be published today. I'm not sure if it's up yet or by the time you're seeing this, it'll be up. But great. One of my favorite comedians on the scene, a good friend of mine. He is now being published on thetiger.com. He's got an amazing, unique voice. You'll love to read it for sure. So check that out at some point. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel here. Potentially join as a member to support us. Feed us. Keep the lights on. And follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, whatever, Facebook. You'll see a bunch of content that you don't see here on the main YouTube channel. That'll do it for us today. We're off for 4 days. So next Monday and Tuesday are both holidays. We'll be back next Wednesday. So enjoy your long weekend, everybody. And for now, we'll dive into the comments and see what our viewers have to say.
So let's do it.